and welcome back to the Fit Curls. My name is Angela. I am a fitness professional and a curly hair enthusiast, and I use this channel to teach you how to keep your curls in shape. So don't forget to join the Fit Curls family officially by clicking that subscribe button and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss a single video when that comes out. You guys are used to seeing me try a whole lot of new products, but today it's all about the application. I am going to be trying the top-down curls method coined by the beautiful Katie from Type of Beautiful, and I am really intrigued to see how this goes and if I get all of that luscious definition that she promises from using this technique. So if you're excited about this video, hit it with a thumbs up, and without further ado, let's get styling. Let's talk about this styling method. This is basically going to be the exact opposite order in which I typically apply my products. I normally go from the bottom all the way up to the top. This time, as is said by the name of the method, I'm going to be styling from the top of my head and working my way down to the bottom. Every time Katie does this, she gets the most stunningly gorgeous results I have ever seen in my life. And I'm really interested to see what combination of amazing and awkward this is gonna be for me today. Katie's tutorial says to start by taking a U-shaped part at the top of the head, which I'm actually looking forward to styling this section first because I typically struggle with definition at my crown. Then twist that section out of the way and clip the rest up. Okay. Hair is securely out of the way. First step is a volumizing foam or mousse at the roots. So I'm going to be using the Wella EIMI Root Shoot, which is a really fantastic, nice, lightweight volumizing mousse. Katie also says to make sure that your hair is nice, smooth, and detangled. Now, most of this styling process is gonna be happening in front of my face. So here we go. Okay, I'm just gonna work that mousse right into my root area here to give me as much volume as possible. I'm gonna have a very difficult time taking myself seriously with my little emo do. Next up is one of my new favorite products, which I shared with you guys a couple weeks ago, the EVOLVh Super Curl Defining Cream, which feels a little bit more like a curl lotion and is really fantastic for any curly girls who are a little more in the high porosity or fine textured realm because it's nice and lightweight. Couple of pumps of that, about this much, and work it through. Just in case you didn't see my EVOLVh product review, the second ingredient in this curl cream is soy amino acids, which means for my fine high porosity hair, it's kind of the perfect choice for this. Now, Katie's tutorial did not say to define with anything other than your fingers, but because I am addicted to the Denman brush and I wanted to see if I could work my favorite tool into this particular method, I decided to do as Katie says and make this my own. Regardless of method, after you define, it's time to scrunch and enhance those curls. Now for a little bit more hold, I'm going to add the Camille Rose Curl Maker on top and just scrunch that in. There we go, that's a good pump. To apply the gel, I emulsified it between my hands, and as you can see, I coated my hair before I scrunched, using something like a very gentle praying hands technique and then pulsing the gel in. All right. So far, so good. Now we have to go section by section all the way around the rest. Next up were the side sections. So I took down both in just kind of a linear part all the way around my head, then twisted each section to keep it out of the way before I clipped up the bottom and back of my hair to, remove it from being styled. And here's where things started to get a little tricky for me. Because I was styling a section that was directly adjacent to and actually underneath the first section that I styled, it was a little bit harder for me to try and keep the hair that I had already styled and defined out of my way. So you can see me kind of flipping it forward a little bit to the side there. I pretty much never style my hair with it in front of my face in any capacity. And for this, I had to constantly tilt my head on a slight downward and forward diagonal. However, as I went along, I noticed that I was already getting really good definition, and I couldn't tell if it was down to the method or the combination of products I was using, or both, some combination of both. It was really difficult to tell. Regardless, the hardest part by far was keeping my front section out of the way of my other sections. You can see that some of those top and front curls were trying to sneak in as I styled the side. Beyond that, directing the Denman brush to make sure that I got my curls to go in the direction that I wanted them to and styled with my typical Denman brush technique was a little tricky going from the top down as well, especially trying to make sure that I could shake and define it away from my roots without having to redo everything I had already done. Now, something I actually loved about this method as I was trying it for the first time was applying the cream and the gel in sections rather than doing all of the definition with the cream first and then adding the gel afterwards. To me, this was a really easy way to make sure that I got enough product all over my head, especially in sections where I know I suck at getting enough product in. Now, as you may have just seen there, I didn't add any volumizing mousse to the bottom layer because, well, what's the point? As I style, I always direct it away from my scalp for some natural root volume anyway, and I didn't want it to stand out too far, so to me it would have been a waste of good product. As Katie recommended, I just went in with the curl cream and the gel, and at this point, because everything was out of the clip and I got to finish the styling process without worrying about redoing all of it, I was able to kind of flip and coat and scrunch a little bit more and just add a little bit more movement to my roots, the way I typically would at the end of the styling process. Also, RIP that bottle of Camille Rose Curl Maker. It served me well. Its time is done. I'm gonna give Katie some serious credit for finding a really good way to immediately get root volume while styling with this method, and I will be really fascinated to see how it looks when it's dry. Before I go in with the diffuser though, because you know me, I always diffuse, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Conair t-shirt towel here. This is the twist and wrap, and I'm gonna micro plop my hair to squeeze out any of that excess moisture, so that way my drying time takes, a lot less time. Micro plopping is actually what Katie recommends in her tutorial rather than a full plop, and I happen to agree with her on this. If you have finer curls that are more easily manipulated when they're wet, I highly recommend micro plopping as opposed to a full plop, because that way you avoid any unnecessary wonkification of your fine curls. I'm gonna use my hands-free hover diffuse and pixie diffuse method, which I like to call the lazy curly girl method of diffusing. I'm gonna go ahead and post a card for that right up here so you guys can check that out for yourselves. At your leisure, you can open that in another tab and check it out just to see how I do this, and I am going to be back with the dry results.
1 hour later.
What is this sorcery? How did my curls turn out so much more defined and so much tighter and so much springier all over my head by doing the same thing I would normally do right side up from the bottom up from the top down? How? Why? What is going on here? For day one results, I have unheard of volume. I never get this much lift at the roots on my first day, nor do I get the kind of lift and fullness all the way through when my hair is this fresh. I'm truly blown away. Katie, aka Type of Beautiful, you have really stumbled onto something, and I'm gonna have to keep experimenting with this, because if this is really a consistent method of styling, I think it's worth every single person on the planet who has textured hair trying this out. For those of you interested in a slightly more detailed full-out tutorial from the lady who started it all, go ahead and check out Type of Beautiful's top-down curls technique video, which I will link down in the description below, along with all the products that I used today. All affiliate links will be clearly marked, which means I will get a small financial kickback from that. So if you're uncomfortable with that, No worries, these links are here for your convenience. That is it for this video. What did you guys think? Drop a line below with any of your thoughts, opinions, and impressions of this video. Don't forget, the giveaway with Lily Silk is running until November 25th, the day before Thanksgiving, at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you haven't entered already, go ahead and click this link here at the top and enter this fantastic giveaway. If you haven't joined the Fit Curls family already, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell next to it, and while you're here, you might as well watch a few more videos, right? With that, thank you guys so much for watching and continuing to watch the Fit Curls. Love your curls, love each other, and I will see you all next time. Bye!